Private education. Introduction. The essence of innovative education is the qualified assistance of development in the child. First, the art of preserving mental and physical health. Second, legal conflict prevention, to keep a child from committing criminal offenses and ending up in a juvenile detention center or prison. 3. Adequate mental and physical growth. 4. Religious and spiritual identity. 5. Adequate sexual self-identification. 6. Political and professional technological self-identification. 7. Domestic culture. A. Quality of nutrition. B. Quality of linen, clothing, and shoes. C. Quality and comfort of housing space. D. Environmental quality. Private education. It's time to rethink the global education paradigm. As a consequence of Anthropogenesis, generating the great act of transition of the esoteric self-consciousness of the human civilization, represented as the main world religions, into the exoteric consciousness of the human civilization as an ideological and intellectual education, revealing the essence of state power and the essence of the modern state democratic policy. Now it becomes clear that apoliticalism diagnoses the degeneracy of the individual as a hopeless vestige in the millennial history of criminality. Unfortunately, one must reckon with reality, which is distorted by the present educational paradigm. Have you ever wondered why all countries, and therefore all states in the world, regardless of political structure and economic development, have a monopoly on conscription and education, directly or indirectly, through the licensing of private educational organizations? The privileged caste, which calls itself the state power in any country in the world, has the goal of reproducing the world order. That is, the main thing is to reproduce, by means of the present system of education, administrators of the state apparatus, administrators, managers of their own private companies, employees of government agencies and power instrumentality, workers and service personnel in their private business structures. And now the schizoid and abstract system of widespread education is explained. Since the state criminals are paranoid about military technological domination, and so the abstract education in elementary school is a kind of filtering to find and select future physicists, figuratively speaking, nuclear scientists, capable of creating new kinds of weapons. And the second point is that the state criminals are paranoid about medical technology of life extension, and therefore they also test for future medical scientists in elementary schools. All others are sacrificed and forced to participate in the ritual of dumbing down, which lasts from 7 to 18 years of age, and the consequences of this a person can experience throughout their life. In essence, one wastes time and loses a chance to be creatively self-actualized as a person and unique individual, as well as to find happiness proceeding from human reasonableness and adequacy. The birth of human life, the major sacrament. The true quality of life, the meaning and purpose of human life, is in making one's personal contribution to the development of human civilization. Therefore, adequate cognition and having positive experience of reality is relevant for humans. The act of childbirth is the transition from a dream state to a state of awakening and further cyclical wakefulness, giving the first sensory sensations, forming a new reality. Mysterious temperature and gravity, on the one hand, give growth and motion to the body, and on the other hand, provide individual dimensions to the human body. The mysterious plasma of light, giving rise to human perception and perceiving their surrounding new reality, and giving rise to human consciousness, engenders the first human emotion, experienced as a positive state. No less mysterious is the dark energy of wakeful dreaming, giving rise to the unique individual form of the human body and giving birth to the human self-consciousness. Experiencing by the newborn the long ah with the first sound of crying, the emergence of the voice in the inner primary thought form gives rise to human reason. The first breath of the newborn and the subsequent exhalation generates homeostasis, that is, reveals the essence of earth life. The first sip of the mother's milk by the newborn creates the first sensory experience of taste and smell, generating the basic human sexual sense, and later the whole spectrum of various senses. And this is the beginning of the individual algorithm of transformation of the surrounding new reality. That is, in fact, the individual cognition and management of the surrounding reality.